Better time. Is this a classic example of what we discussed tonight? On the question of morals, we shall establish that. Now, the lecturers' strike in public universities continues to intensify as the government and the university's academic staff union remain locked in a bitter dispute over billions of shillings in unpaid salaries and allowances. And while the government maintains that the strike is illegal, the union insists that the learning will not resume until the 7.9 billion shillings owed is paid in full. And as our Education Affairs reporter Andrin Kilemi now reports, students from several universities have joined the protest, demanding that lecturers return to class and the impasse be resolved urgently.
Hopes of ending the nationwide lecturers' strike are quickly fading as negotiations between the government and university unions hit yet another deadlock. At the center of the standoff, a 7.9 billion shilling payout, which lecturers insist must be fully settled before they return to the lecture halls.
We are on strike, and the strike will continue until we get 7.9 billion. The government is trying to steal from employees of public universities. It is stealing their money led by none other than the Salaries and Remuneration Commission. But
the government sees it differently. It now says it is unclear just how much is actually owed, citing conflicting figures between the Salaries and Remuneration Commission and claims by the lecturers.
The figure, according to the unions, I emphasize, has now moved from 7.9 billion to 7.7. So already that shows that it is not clear what we owe. The standing advisory from the Salaries and Remuneration Commission that we have is 624 million. So part of the work that we were supposed to undertake through the Vice Chancellors and the unions was to establish how much we actually owe the staff arising from the 2017-2021 CBA.
UASU can never be confused. UASU knows the figure. They release the money to universities without informing us. And the money that was released in form of capitation never reached our members.
As the standoff drags on, the Ministry of Education has now declared the strike illegal, warning lecturers who remain out of class that they risk facing disciplinary action.
We are guided by the council. Those who don't get to class, they are supposed to be punished as per the law, because the court declared that this strike is illegal.
The strike is on. They cannot violate the rights of employees by denying them their rightful share of what they ought to be paid.
Meanwhile, frustration is spilling over onto campuses, with students across several public universities now joining in, calling on their lecturers to return to class.
We've decided to down our brains because our education is under siege. This is consequential and parallel to the optical views of comrades.
As the standoff between lecturers and government intensifies, one thing is clear. The classrooms remain closed, a sign that the standoff is far from over. Andrin Kilemi, TV 47, Nairobi.